Well, hello everybody and welcome to Cybos Spotlight. And under the spotlight this Monday lunchtime is an organisation that's relatively young but has very large ambitions. Its name is Innovate Finance. It's an organisation that's dedicated to helping the next generation of technological innovations and innovators in this, your sector. Now, Swift is a founding member of Innovate Finance, and their members range from very small startups to very big beasts. To name but three, IBM, Santander and Visa are all members of Innovate Finance. It gives me great delight to hand over to the first CEO of Innovate Finance. Please welcome Claire Cockerton. Claire, over to you.
Thank you so much, Daisy. It's a pleasure to be with you here at Cybos. Welcome to the new world of finance. What do you get when you cross a former airline employee with an eccentric British fashion designer? It's not about the design of a logo on the wings of an aircraft or about a fancy new uniform, but it's an innovative way to raise and invest money. Julia Groves was once responsible for creating British Airways' website, but she had a greater passion to ignite: to improve the welfare of the environment. What was her vision? To give people like herself, every citizen who was concerned about the planet, an opportunity to come together, to initiate change, and to put their money towards something that matters. So she created the Trillion Fund. The Trillion Fund is about giving citizens a say in what projects are launched to save it, about joining experts at the table to tackle the problem of climate change. The people who invest in the Trillion Fund come from all walks of life. They're teachers and builders and students. And they're also people like Dame Vivienne Westwood, the famous British fashion designer, who put £1 billion towards the platform and now is a major shareholder. Ms. Westwood recently donated this £1 million to Trillion Fund to spur our collective environmentalism, and also to say that individuals should have a right to make a profit in the process of doing good. Welcome to the new world of finance, a world that gives people a way of investing their money and activating their passions across industries and at every level of society. But how did we get here? How did the financial services industry become an attractive place to start up a business that is interested in more than just profit for a few? How did it become a place that is both a concern and an opportunity for everyone, everywhere? It all started with crisis, as many movements do. It emerged out of the necessity to bring more resilience, more diversity to the sector. It emerged out of a collective sense of trauma and dissatisfaction with the status quo. Collectively, we've made a lot of mistakes. We've taken too many risks with too small a number of institutions. The credit crunch hurt multinational organizations, and small local businesses denied precious capital to get started. It halted growth. It hampered investment. It froze R&D. It forced major regulatory shifts. It shook employee morale in companies big and small, and everyone felt it. Almost 4 million home foreclosures in the USA alone, and 30 million people lost their jobs globally. However, from every crisis, humankind learns to adapt. We discover new ways to innovate. We build new tools. We find ways to improve our circumstance to ensure our survival. It's called evolution, baby, and we are among its fittest candidates. Within any global challenge, there is the opportunity for great collaboration and great change. And it's happening now. Most of us here today also share this ambition to make things better, to make things right, despite uncertainty, despite skepticism, despite doubt. It's why we're here. Entrepreneurship and technology is driving this transformation. Digital infrastructure is being laid across the world, and we need to continue to lay the grounds for this connectivity. Mobile phones continue to proliferate. Open data projects and the internet are generating vast quantities of information for us to explore, glean insight from, and build new products. Emerging markets are being seen as wonderful business growth opportunities, as places that innovate, with consumers that adopt new technologies. Big corporations and startups around the globe are partnering to build beautiful new tools, new products that consumers love. And entrepreneurs are launching new products and new business models, new technologies, providing consumers with a wider array of choice and a greater capability to participate in finance. A brighter future for finance. These innovators are emerging from around the world, every continent, from the multicultural tech clusters like Boston, like New York, and back home for me in London. What are the environmental conditions for these kinds of innovations? Why is the UK an optimal hub for this kind of transformation? One, geography. We're well positioned to trade with East and West. A favorable time zone. Talent. 30 years of expertise from the financial services sector. A major segment of our GDP is driven by finance. And a multidisciplinary, multicultural hub for individuals. And policy, where UK's government has forced a lovely environment for business change and financial innovation. And customers, tech-savvy customers who are willing to try out new products, a landscape that is driving e-commerce globally. The environment has seen fintech accelerators flourish, like InnoTribe and Level 39. It's seen 8 challenger banks who have made it their place of businesses. And our financial services expertise are becoming entrepreneurs themselves, driving the replacement of legacy IT systems within banks. We are working to evolve in the UK with the promise of fintech. Let me share with you some of the challenges we're grappling with. Global challenge number 1, 2.5 billion adults do not have access to a bank account. Yet there are 6 billion mobile phones. That delta is the size of the opportunity. What if, with the right investment, the right partners, the right regulatory environment, fintech has the potential to improve the lives of billions of people around the world through mobile phones and digital payments infrastructure? What if immigrants who relocated in search of opportunity could easily transfer money back home in a cost-effective, easy-to-use manner? What if women in the slums of India are deemed as creditworthy, as sources of economic development, and were offered ways to manage their own finance without fear of extortion? What would that mean for the community projects they generate? What would that mean for female independence and economic development? Major challenge number 2. In the UK, 46% of 7 to 16-year-olds worry about money. 60% of Americans do not have a budget. And 98% of 18 to 19-year-olds with a credit card have never done rate comparisons. What is that telling us? What do those stats mean? They mean people are buying products they do not understand, and that they do not understand some of the basic principles of saving for a rainy day. What if technology could be harnessed to teach children about responsible financial management, to empower them to manage their own money? through games and mobile applications? What if children were excited about and curious in financial planning? How many times do I have to mow the lawn to save up for that big red bike? How can I diversify the contents of my piggy bank? It is young fintech companies who are launching products to improve financial literacy for these young children. From virtual cash management platforms to debit cards, which help you track your spending. These innovations can help teach kids the value of saving, the significance of debt, and the power of compound interest. They can make great entrepreneurs out of this product as well. Challenge number 3. Lending to SMEs has fallen by £1 billion so far this year in the UK. Only 6 lenders generate 70% of lending in the UK. And bank loan rejections have increased by 150%. Yet there are 50 million SMEs in the UK alone. We generate 50% of the GDP and 60% of employment. What if we could empower SMEs with the finance they need to drive economic recovery? What if we could harness the power of the crowd, the technology of exchanges, the savings of your peers in order to democratize finance for businesses? What if alternative finance, like invoice trading and equity-based lending, provided a plethora of options for companies to ensure that they better manage their cash flow? And there are still so many other challenges to tackle, such as cybersecurity and customer identification and AML and KYC processes of the next generation, and so much more technology to explore. The potential of the blockchain, the Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence, all topics we're going to grapple with this week at Sibos. This spirit of evolution, of exploration, of collaboration is at the heart of the Innovate Finance movement. And we're crafting its formula as we speak. Welcome to Innovate Finance. We're a non-for-profit industry organization designed and driven by our diverse membership base that ranges from pre-revenue startups to global corporations, investors, and educators. The movement began with an innovation advisory firm, Pivotal Innovations, who was asked by the UK policymakers to map the trends in fintech. What are the companies that are emerging? What are their major challenges from a regulatory and policy perspective? What are our corporate clients telling us is hampering their investment in IT? We brought together these entrepreneurs and corporate innovators together around a table. We talked, we workshopped, we ate peanuts late into the night, as they do in the UK, and we defined the ambitions of the organization and the infrastructure for how we were going to achieve them. 8 weeks ago, we launched with over 50 founding members, big and small. Our launch was championed by George Osborne, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, who even demoed a Bitcoin ATM machine. Today, we are double in size, an independent organization dedicated to supporting these technology innovators and entrepreneurs. We span sectors, payments, insurance, data analytics, cybersecurity. We span geographies, playing host to entrepreneurs from Tel Aviv and Berlin and New York, and yes, Silicon Valley too. Innovate Finance is a positive, forward-looking voice for the industry. A new movement, launched in the UK but global in scale. We're an inclusive membership organization, and we need to foster both collaboration as well as competition, because we rely on the principle of balance, one member and one vote. Our mission is to create an influential collective voice for fintech entrepreneurs, to champion causes and set new standards, to drive investment into the sector, to raise awareness of the innovations that are transforming banking, and also showcase to consumer the array of products and services now on offer. We want to foster business growth and partnerships between the large corporations and the startups. What a powerful partnership. The market exposure, the customers of a big corporate with the tech and innovative teams of a young company. We want to develop a connected ecosystem, an effective mechanism to communicate and collaborate as well. Since our launch, momentum has been growing exponentially. It's why we're here today at the most important global conference of our community and at this critical time of change in our businesses. Our members are making great headway. Santander partnered with Monetize to launch Smart Bank, a new mobile banking app, which allows its users to have a very beautiful dashboard of their current financial situation, a comprehensive dashboard that tracks spending trends, etc. And it's targeted at university students, those who, for the first time, may be managing their own money. Or our Scottish company, MyCard, a bring-your-own-identity provider who just joined a pilot project with the White House. I can't tell you how excited they are about that. To build secure applications for electronic identification and digital passport technology. Or TransferWise, who just reached their 1 billion milestone of transfers made over their platform, and who received the kudos of Sir Richard Branson, who just put 25 million worth of funding back into that company. And soon, they're coming to a hometown near you in America in 2015. And there are so many other stories to share with you. RateSetter, UK's largest peer-to-peer lender, expands into Australia. Osper launches the prepaid debit cards for kids under 18. Azimo launches remittance services to Argentina with a 40% better rate than existing providers. Or PayPal's partnership with GoCoin and CoinFloor, providing Bitcoin payment processing. The list of successes goes on. But we have so many more stories for us to create together with your help. So join us as a source of good partners and good ideas and great technology and great business opportunities. Join us to make the change necessary to create a better world of finance for consumers and for businesses. And come and talk to us this week. We host another session on Thursday with the InnoTribe team. We're going to shine a light at our members, and they'll join us on stage. We'll be in Singapore in November, New York in February, and back home in March for our global summit in London. But at any moment, like all good family and friends, we're just a click and call away. Our vision is really ambitious and it's bold, and we want you to help us create this new world of finance. That means progress and opportunity for everyone. This is our call to action. Join us in our evolution. Thank you.